And we begin this hour in the Eastern Cape. President Cyril Ramaphosa expected to embark on a two-day visit to Gqeberha today. This is part of an oversight visit where he's expected to engage with the provincial government and also visit the Port of Ngqurha, which is one of South Africa's newest deep water harbours and is designed for high-efficiency container handling and large vessels. It's also strategically aligned with the Coega Special Economic Zone and positioned as a key trans-shipment hub for Southern Africa. Watching developments for us is SABC News reporter Lerato Fekisi, who joins us now live from the Eastern Cape. And Lerato, there's plenty for the president to get around to doing in the next 2 days.
Absolutely, plenty to get around to doing. He just has 2 days to do that. Ayanda, today he's going to visit the Port of Ngqurha, like you said, a key economic zone for the Eastern Cape and also a key economic zone for Gqeberha as well. But second to that, he's going to focus on issues of governance, especially in terms of governance in the metro and what seems not to be going right and what can be done to get right, to try and stabilize, especially the NMB. But I'm joined, Ayanda, now by the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, will be part of the delegation with the President over his 2-day visit. Premier, the first part of the President's visit is to the ports, at the Port of Ngqurha. Yesterday in our conversation you spoke about the importance of the ports, but is saying that more collaborative effort needs to be done to maximize the potentials of the ports, especially because we've got 2 ports in the Eastern Cape.
Thank you very much, Lerato. Good morning to you and good morning to Ayanda in the studio as well as viewers. You are right. We are hard at work. The fact that the President is here as part of monitoring and evaluation on the commitment we have made from our manifestos, from our medium-term development plans, and from the National Development Plan and Provincial Development Plan is part of our mechanisms to ensure that what we have said, it is being done. Yes, this institution has been actually dysfunctional in terms of standard operating procedures since 2016. When we lost this municipality into a coalition, it has been a problem. I know it very well because I've been trying to grapple with how best we can get it. We're happy now that finally the mayor is back, is an ANC person. We're trying now to rebuild. We're rebuilding from a sort of a broken system. Very, very dysfunctional system that has collapsed. We are trying to put in, recently we have brought in another intervention, 154, using the cooperative governance arrangement to make sure that we support this. Metros are non-delegated. They report to national. So we are here to make sure that we are able to extricate this metro out of this dungeon and we are able to move. Our people have not been getting housing here for almost 10 years. A lot of money has been returned to the national fiscus. We are stopping those issues and we've been working. And unfortunately, this is an independent sphere of government. And whatever that you can say, you must go to the council. Whatever council that says, it goes. So we are trying to situation so that we are able to work together to serve our people and run development. This is our provincial economic hub. A lot of key catalytic projects that should have been done here have been stuck. It's not a fault of the metro, but surely when the metro is not stable, is not focused, it can't even follow up on basic things like those. That's why I've taken it upon myself now, talking to the national SOEs, Sandral and all that. Even yesterday in the morning I had a meeting with the Transnet together with the South African National Petroleum Company, the new company that has been formed out of PetroSA, I guess, and Strategic Fuel Fund, to look at a number of key projects that might still be hanging. My problem has been a procrastination, which almost led into a situation now where we are. The problem of the balance sheet that the Transnet is actually suffering from. But there is work that is being done. There's progress. We have got Coega. Coega is part of the excellent things that we would have done in 30 years. It is there functioning. You can go. A lot of companies are renewing. A lot of investment is being pumped into that. But you need municipalities. Everything that we do as national and provincial government happens in a ward. Every ward is in a municipality. So if our municipalities are not functioning properly, you have got the biggest problem in terms of your system on how you are dealing with those issues. But I'm quite happy with the kind of work that we are putting together now. We seem to be singing from the same hymn book, and to ensure that we are able to deliver and meet targets. We've got the 2030 vision, which arises out of the National Development Plan. In the process of us transforming this country, in pursuit of us building a non-racial, non-sexist, united, democratic and prosperous country. We've got to get the whole ecosystem functioning to address those fundamentals.
I'm speaking about function, Premier. There also is the issue of the coalition, like you spoke about earlier. Within the coalition, there also has been dissatisfaction with how the coalition is being led. For instance, there are instances, you look at Mr. Fanikak, who is facing charges. There's been calls for him to be stepping down. A letter is written to the MEC for that to happen. We're still waiting for that to happen. So at a time where the Eastern Cape government is trying to build the Eastern Cape, the issues of ethical leadership within the municipality that are questionable, that have led to the decay that we see in the metro right now.
You know, the constitution of the country has got no step aside. The step aside is our own ANC invention in trying to correct us as part of our commitment in building a capable, developmental, ethical and agile state. So other parties don't subscribe to that. They subscribe to a constitution that says you are innocent until proven guilty. We have said, Tina, as ANC, that's the only ANC that has got such kind of a policy. So the issues of step aside is becoming a problem because if one is arrested, it remains an allegation up until he's found guilty. So how to manage such issues? ANC has got no authority to impose its policies on other political parties. But we as a majority party, we are trying to make sure that we're doing that. Recently there was a coalition here of a DA which had almost all men in the mayoral committee, something that is unprecedented as against the advancement we are doing on women emancipation. These are really issues that we are dealing with as we are actually progressing with transformation of our country. It's not easy. Coalition have been a problem. The breakthrough we had through a GNU has really put other sort of reforms and other sort of standard operating procedures around coalition. I think it's important. That's how everybody now is beginning to shape up and think better, and even there at the local government. From 2016, people were doing as they wish here. A mayor who's only one person in a council can be a mayor, voted in because there's been that kind of deliberate mischief in other parties to isolate ANC, remove ANC from power, etc., etc. But this coalition has been a problem. A lot of social ills you are dealing with here now, whether it's Amaginza, where people were SMMEs, were actually basically enabled and facilitated within the institution through patronage. So we've got to reverse those issues, normalize, professionalize the administration so that people are doing their work, you are able to apply consequences where there's a poor performance.
Last Premier, the President's also here to see the port and the Ngqurha. How important is that his visit going to be, especially at a time where the Eastern Cape youth unemployment is at 45%?
I'm quite happy about it. I've spoken to him at some point that is now almost going to be finishing 10 years. He has never had a visit in Ngqurha. Just to see one of the best things that this government has done, like where we are. Sanral was not there before 1994, is one of the offsprings, is one of products of what we've done as this democratic government that we should be proud of. So going to Ngqurha, seeing almost about 50 operating companies, which as a result of an investment confidence we are seeing there, is going to be very important for President, but also for President to go and see Mendi building, a building which was built by Transnet TNPA to relocate headquarters of TNPA as a subsidiary of Transnet there to date, which still you have some people who are not really fully committed on that. It's a problem. Eastern Cape deserves development. Eastern Cape deserves a major investment from national government to unlock or create conducive environment for private sector to come on board. So key decisions like those, we cannot be found wanting or start speaking in parables when we are thinking about them. Those decisions must be implemented when they are taken. You can't build a more than 200 million building and you leave it lying like that, unoccupied. People are telling all sorts of stories. It's not only people of Eastern Cape who must pack bags and go elsewhere. Everyone in South Africa, we have made this country to be one. There are no borders here. You can work anywhere. So we need that kind of decisive intervention and leadership, where you are able to say, from a national special development plan, you are able to say Eastern Cape has got this comparative and strong competitiveness around these areas. Let's go Eastern Cape, let's invest, let's push Eastern Cape. It cannot just be about rural development. So as I've said, this is our economic hub. A lot is happening here, but it needs all spheres of government to collaborate, work together, and everybody must do his or her work. If you are a mayor, you must understand what is it to be a mayor. If you are a premier, you must understand that exactly as well. So as the national government comes, we're also expecting them to tell us from where you are sitting in your own radar screen nationally, what do you think you are doing for Eastern Cape? So because many catalytic projects that should have been done here, delayed and delayed and delayed. That's why I had a meeting yesterday with Transnet board as well as South African National Petroleum Company, and we are saying we can no longer procrastinate now because procrastination is a thief of time.
Thank you so much, Premier. Well, as the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, speaking about President Cyril Ramaphosa's visit to Gqeberha over the next 2 days, is going to focus on two parts, focusing on the Port of Ngqurha and also the Ngqurha IDZ and the economic benefits thereof, but also speaking about the importance of just making sure that at a time where the Eastern Cape economy is really grappling at a downward spiral, saying that's going to be important that all fields of government come together and collaborate to try and unlock the various potentials economically the Eastern Cape has. But for now, let's go back to the studio.
All right, Lerato Fekisi, live to us there from Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape. We'll keep up with you as you keep up with the president for much of the day. But for now, thanks very much indeed.